Hey guys, welcome back to Glam Finds, and I'm here with another fragrance review that was requested, and it's from Mancera, and I realized today that I probably should have done this one prior to Cedrat Boise because it's cold right now, and this is definitely when you'd be wearing this fragrance, and it's going to be Mancera's Aoud Vanille. Now lately I've kind of hauled quite a few Manceras, and I think right out of the package they haven't impressed me too much in terms of performance. I think I told you guys this, but I have a lot of the ones with the magnetic caps. So they're newer, obviously. I did kind of let them sit for a little bit because one of you guys, I can't remember your name, so I'm sorry for that, but said that they've been kind of pumping them out of the warehouse without really letting them sit for as long as I guess they used to. So some of them, if you wait on them, they'll perform a little bit better. But this one, let's just talk about the scent itself. I like vanilla, and I thought Ood Veneer could be kind of interesting. What you're gonna get when you first spray this is a ton of pepper. A ton of pepper. And then in the rest of this fragrance, you have cardamom, which kind of warms it up. Not super cardamom-y, but you're definitely going to smell it. Some floral notes. It doesn't specifically say rose, it just says floral. And florals mixed with oud. It's not skanky oud, not to my nose. It's got a couple of other things that kind of blend it pretty well. The sandalwood helps. You're not going to get a ton of it. I think it's just one of those things that smooths it out a little bit. Although in the opening, to me, it's just a little harsh for a little bit, but it kind of smooths itself out. Not everyone's going to get that, but personally, my nose is a little bit sensitive, so I think for me, the opening is a little abrasive. And then again, the pepper is really in your face in the opening. I think in this fragrance, it really needed the cardamom to kind of warm it up a little bit, because otherwise that pepper would be too much of a punch straight to the nose. But it is a really good fragrance, and ironically, it kind of reminded me of Shagaf Oud by Swiss Arabian, which is supposed to smell like Lancome Oud Bouquet. Not exactly the same as Shagaf Oud. This is like really peppery. That's not, I think that is kind of more creamy than this. This is definitely a spicier version. It's just in the same genre of Shagaf Oud. So when I smelled it, I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense. But yeah, I like the scent of it. Again, it's very peppery, so if you're not into that, I don't think the opening is really going to impress you on this. But this is a really nice fragrance. It's a nice offering from the house of Mancera, in my opinion, a really good one. If you like really strong fragrances. In terms of performance, I get at least 3 hours of really good projection off this one, which is great. I really can't complain about that. And in terms of longevity, I get over 10 hours. Now, with that kind of performance, you would expect this to be a compliment monster because everybody can smell it. I have never received one compliment on this fragrance. Now, that doesn't mean that this is not a compliment monster. This is not something that people are used to smelling on me. This comes off as gourmand. I'm not a gourmand person, and I don't think gourmands necessarily work particularly well with my skin. You guys already know my skin sweetens everything. So this comes off even sweeter than it already kind of is, and it is pretty sweet with that vanilla note. I don't think it's sickly sweet by any means. To be honest, this is less sweet than Shagaf Oud, but this is just not one that people apparently care too much about on me, not enough to say anything. And I've worn it a couple times at work and outside of work, and yeah, no one seems to care, which is fine. You know, realistically speaking, my more versatile Swiss Army knife fragrances are gonna get the most compliments. I mean, that's kind of what they're for. I know in this community, not everyone's a big fan of those. You guys think this is a little bit better because it's probably a little more different. But I think to the average public, yeah, I mean, blue fragrances, citruses, just freshies, anything with lavender, you would think, you know, because it's vanilla, it's going to get a lot of attention, but the other notes, the oudiness in here, it's like, I really don't feel like it's skanky. Not to me, not by any means. This kind of has a smokiness to it. I don't know if everyone's the biggest fan of that. There's no smoke listed, but to me, it's just got a little bit of smokiness. I don't know what it's from, but I know it's there, and I think it's a couple of notes blending together to create that smokiness. That could be why I don't get a ton of compliments. Although with other fragrances that do contain incense, like Dylan Blue kind of has an incensey note, and that's like still my most complimented fragrance. So I don't know, guys. It's not a compliment monster for me, but do I personally like it? Yeah, I actually really do. This is one of the Manceras from, I think I had a haul with like 4 Manceras. I think this one was my favorite. That could change, and probably gonna seasonally change. I'm already mentally out of the mindset of winter fragrances, even though it's like 43 degrees here today. I don't know, I think I just really want summer to be here. That's neither here nor there though. Performance-wise, again, it's a really good one, and even though I have the new, it's a different sprayer too, a new sprayer and the magnetic cap, no complaints with the performance of this fragrance by any means. Who can wear this? Super unisex. This does not lean in either direction. Even on my skin, it doesn't come off as ultra femme, which is saying a lot. I think because it's so peppery, that pepper really balances out the vanilla, and it really, instead of, because vanilla can sometimes, depending on your skin type, lean feminine, but with the amount of pepper in this, not at all. And then it's got the warmth from the cardamom. Cardamom is super unisex to me. Yeah, this doesn't lean in either direction. I don't think anyone super young is going to love this, but if you're young and you do, then turns out you can't put an age on fragrance. Yeah, I'm never gonna stop saying that. So for who can wear this, I think anybody can wear this. I don't think it has any limitations. I just feel like you have to really like kind of a spicy vanilla fragrance. You have to be okay with the oud in here. It's present, it's definitely there. And then the florals are really not that strong. So if you don't really love florals, I think you'll be just fine. It's not really super dominant to me. You can smell them, but you almost have to be looking for them. It's not like the rose oud combo that you're used to from Mancera, Montal, that kind of thing. I don't think it is by any means. Again, prominent, if you're looking for the most prominent notes, it's gonna be pepper, vanilla, and then it just creates this kind of smokiness there. And for me, that kind of stays for most of it. The pepper kind of tones down after the first maybe 30 minutes to an hour, but it's always present. To me, at least. Maybe my nose is hypersensitive. That could be very true, but I get it a lot. But it's nice. I don't have any complaints or anything about it. Where could you wear this? I want to start with seasons before I even get into that. This needs to be worn in cold weather. Even if you live somewhere where like it's chilly during the summer, this needs to be worn in cold weather. Like this is a end of fall winter fragrance. And once spring starts coming in, I'd pull back. For me personally, just because I feel like this is so strong, it would be really aggressive to try to get away with this in spring or even summer nights. I think it'll be too cloying. I have to say it. I'm usually like, oh, you could, no, this will be too cloying. To me, at least, I just feel like it's a very strong fragrance, even the newer batches. I don't know if you guys have had different experiences. Go ahead and comment down below if you have, or if you feel the same thing. You know, a lot of you guys may have been using this, may have tried this in the spring. Just comment down below. Let everybody else watching the video know how you feel about that, because I haven't worn it in the spring. We're not there yet. So I wouldn't really be able to tell you. I just don't feel like this would be appropriate. There are a lot better options for that time of year. So where you could wear it, I think it's very versatile. I'd probably lean more towards evening, but if it's cold enough and you're gonna be outside, go for it. No reason not to. I mean, it's nice. It's a really nice one. Definitely formal events. I don't think that this is an ultra playful fragrance, but you could wear it at like a date night or anything like that. Anything that has vanilla in it tends to be fairly appropriate for date nights. So as long as you're wearing it in very cold weather, you could pretty much wear it at any time, but just remember, it's not ultra sweet or anything like that. So I think it leans a little bit formal, in my opinion. Price-wise, I don't remember. This might be a tester. I think this is a tester. I got it for like maybe $70, between $60 and $70 on fragrancepie.ca. Yeah, definitely between 60 and, let's say it's around $70 that I got it for, and it's 120 ml. So you guys know I really don't like going for the little bottles. They're not a very good value, and Mancera's being around $70 for the big bottles, you're not gonna beat that. I think the price for the performance, just price performance kind of thing, it's a steal. Mancera's tend to perform very well. I mean, there's a couple that we'll review very soon here once it starts getting a little bit warmer, and we'll talk about it. But this one does perform very well, I personally think. And I don't think you're going to complain about performance by any means. Scent-wise, just be prepared to get that really peppery opening and that pepper throughout. But again, you get the warmth from the cardamom, and I think as it dries down, I tend to like it more and more. Not a huge fan of the opening, but again, once it dries down and the pepper starts to kind of tame, you know, it gets into a place where I do really enjoy it. Those are my thoughts on Mancera's Oud Vanille. If you've tried it, comment down below. Let us know what you think. If you haven't already done this, please hit that notification bell so you know when I upload new videos. If you're not subscribed, yeah, do that. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.